Yeah.
I used to dream about showing the world what I dream about. Forget a mic, my whole life I thought it'd be the mouth. I guess it's fitting how life threw me the curveball. Pops told me work till you make it, man, then work more. I guess I took that to heart, cause I've been working harder now than I...
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of M.O.M.S Basement, or Mind Over Matter Sports. We appreciate you guys tuning in, hanging out with us, talking some Chicago sports today. I'm your host, Joe. That is Corey. He is my co-host. Corey, what's going on?
Hi, I'm just here.
I'm just going to switch it up on you.
You are switching it up. I'm like ready to talk, and then you just keep going. And then I'm not ready to talk, and you just are silent. It fucks me up.
Well, get with the program here, guy. Come on now, babe.
Yeah, I just screwed up our other show at the end, so you guys will see that.
Spoiler alert, we're still wearing the same clothing we were in the last episode. Spoiler alert, we're recording them at the same time.
We're bulk recording.
Efficiency. College.
That's going to be another meme.
You know, when I paused that, when I sent you that picture, I ran. I wasn't even looking at my computer when I hit the space bar to pause it, and then I looked over and I was like, oh, dang. I was like, that's sick. So I took a picture of it, obviously. So, welcome back. Make sure you guys check out the Crossover Report. CrossoverReport.com and at Crossover Report on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all social media. Check out that content every single day. Those guys do great work over there. You should appreciate them as much as we do.
Yeah, they're great men.
Great men, as we said in the last episode there. We're trying to bust out as much content as we can, and we've just been killing it. Straight killing it. Our 2 episodes ago now has gotten 150 views in the last 24 hours.
I am told that is a lot for us.
That is a lot for us.
I don't know. I just make the content.
Get with the analytics, Corey.
I sit here and I talk. That's all I do. And sometimes I look pretty. Just, not today.
Don't like that.
You know what? You had a moment in the last episode. I can have my moment in this episode.
You can have as many moments as you would like. All right, that's my dad. They can totally hear that. This mic picks up everything.
I love Big J.
Oh, man. Classic Big J moment right there.
But let's get into it.
All right, let's talk Bears. Bears at number 3 in the NFL draft. It is so quickly approaching. What are we, like, a month and a half? A month?
It's usually end of April, so about a month and a week or so. About 5 weeks. That's so soon.
Yeah.
That's really exciting. Hold on, I just had a moment.
We're gonna have to get some studying.
No, dude, I already bought 2 draft magazines. That's my favorite time of the year to buy magazines is when it's like end of March, mid-March, and you could buy all the Athlon sports magazines and whatnot.
Fantasy baseball stuff's
Ooh, it's a good time.
Yeah, so we talked about who we wanted at number 3 before. I wanted Hooker. It's not looking like that's gonna happen. I don't think they would take him at 3. So if I want Hooker, I would trade down to lower end.
The only problem with that is you need a team that wants to trade up.
Yes.
And at the moment, I don't think there's a team looking to trade up.
And you also would basically want, you'd want at least 90% likelihood that you'd still get your guy.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to do that if you were totally unsure if he was going to fall.
If you have a guy, which I don't think Ryan Pace or any GM really should. You take him at 3.
Yeah.
If you have a guy, and especially if it's quarterback, you're taking him at 3. If you have a group of guys, yeah, sure, you can trade down. But again, you need somebody who's willing to trade up. Mm-hmm. And I don't think anybody's trading up to get a quarterback right now because who picks 4? Is it Jacksonville? Yeah, Jacksonville's going to rock out, I think, with Blake Bortles for another year.
Yeah,
so they're not looking to take quarterbacks. You don't need to jump in front of Jacksonville to take a quarterback.
Yeah.
So I don't think that anybody is going to be willing to trade up to the Bears spot. So I think they're going to stay at 3. And they have their pick of the quarterbacks most likely. I want them to take Solomon Thomas. I have this really bad feeling they're going to take Jonathan Allen.
We've talked about that already.
Yeah.
I really hope it's Solomon Thomas.
But the reason why, I don't even know why I have this bad feeling. Yeah, as WalterFootball.com has Jonathan Allen going 3rd. The reason why I don't think it could happen is because Brian Pace's first 2 first-round picks have been incredibly athletic, high-ceiling guys. Mm. Say what you want about Kevin White, he's a bust right now. But his tools, he's a 6'3", 215-pound receiver who can run ridiculously fast and has good hands. And then you talk about Leonard Floyd, who was drafted. He was really undersized for a rookie given how tall he was, but his ceiling is off the charts. I think a guy like Solomon Thomas really fits that mold because he's got a really, really low floor, but people have said his ceiling can be similar to the way Myles Garrett's ceiling projects, and that is a dynamic pass rusher in this league, whether he's playing the end or an edge spot where he's rushing the passer or he's playing as a 3-4 defensive end in your base scheme.
all the tape that I've watched on Solomon Thomas says star.
Yeah.
Everything that I've seen.
Yeah, I don't want to call him Aaron Donald or anything like that because Aaron Donald was the love of my life. But Solomon Thomas is probably in my top 5 prospects I've ever watched in a draft.
Aaron Donald eats offensive linemen.
Yeah, and the knock on Aaron Donald was that he was undersized, but Solomon Thomas is not as thick, I would say, as Jonathan Allen is. He's a little bigger. I think he's 6'5" as opposed to 6'3" for Jonathan Allen, then 275, whereas Jonathan Allen's 286, I believe, is what he measured at the combine. So he's a little leaner, and that allows him to use a little more quickness and explosion. So he's a risky pick. I do trust the Bears defense to develop a defensive player.
Yeah,
their
defensive coaching
staffing. Yeah, with Vic Fangio and say what you want about John Fox. John Fox knows defensive talent for the most part.
Does not know his way around an offense
at
all.
No, and I don't trust them to develop a quarterback, but I think at 3 they're going to take Solomon Thomas.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully he's there because I have a feeling that 49ers like him too. And he could go number 2 overall to San Francisco.
The only thing about that is the Niners with their last 2 first-round draft picks have taken edge players.
Yeah.
So, do you really want to spend 3 straight first-round draft picks on an edge player?
They do have a new GM now, so I maybe he sees that and looks elsewhere, like a safety or a corner or something. But
yeah, I don't think it makes much logical sense to spend 3 straight first-round picks on the same position.
Yeah, and
that'd be something interesting to look up, but I don't know.
And I feel they're not taking a quarterback because they think Kirk Cousins is just gonna go there when he's done in Washington.
Yeah, I mean,
are they just gonna keep franchise tagging him?
If for some reason that Kirk Cousins trade does fall through, the Niners are going to have their pick at the quarterbacks because if the Browns would be absolutely morons to not take Miles
mail
Garrett.
it in, they're taking Miles
Yeah,
Garrett.
but you've seen crazier things happen for sure. Yeah, I think the Bears will have their shot at Solomon Thomas. I really do.
Yeah, well, if he's there, they should take him, and they also have the option to pick whatever quarterback basically they want.
Yeah.
And that would be, in my opinion, should be Mahomes.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes. It's really funny to look at some of the hot takes you see on Twitter and whatnot, because I follow a lot of Draftnik guys, and they in turn retweet a lot of other people's opinions and whatnot too. And I see people saying that these quarterbacks like Nathan Peterman and Davis Webb are all better options to take as a quarterback because they're safer than Patrick Mahomes. And, Patrick Mahomes, just the myth about him, about his footwork or whatever, not being the best footwork, it's not true.
Look at Carson Wentz.
Yeah, well, Carson Wentz isn't the best comparison.
His footwork's terrible. He's still went number 2 overall.
Yeah, well, yeah,
I
see that point there. But if you want your guy, you got to take a quarterback in the first 2 rounds. If they take Mahomes at the 3rd overall pick, I would love that.
Yeah,
I would. I think he can be a top 5 quarterback in this league. And I saw a statistic too the other day that I think it's upper 90% of quarterbacks who start in this league are taken in the first 2 rounds. So the idea that you can draft a quarterback in the 3rd round, like a Peterman or a Webb, you can't really do that and develop a quarterback because it's kind of a myth. So if you're a GM and you're Ryan Pace and you love this quarterback, you need to take him early.
It's like a needle in a haystack, essentially.
Yeah.
It's like, reach in. Oh, Dak Prescott, thank you.
Yeah, Dak Prescott is the exception. He's not the rule. Tom Brady is the exception. He's not the rule.
Yes.
So I could see the Bears doing something where maybe they take Solomon Thomas at 3 and then trade into the back of the first round and try to grab one of these quarterbacks.
That's the perfect scenario.
That's a good scenario, I think, too.
That is the move that I would probably be looking to make if I was in Ryan Pace's shoes.
But again,
as it stands now,
if they take any one of these quarterbacks at 3, I'm not going to be upset.
Yeah,
I like the top 4 quarterbacks. I like Trubisky, Kaiser, Watson, and Mahomes. Mahomes is currently my number 2 quarterback in this draft.
Behind Trubisky?
Behind Trubisky, and then Kaiser, and then Watson. I wouldn't be upset with any of them.
Yeah, I think they got a lot of options, and hopefully they make a good decision for the future of the franchise. And I think the only other notable thing they've done this week is signing a backup nose tackle.
Yeah, John Jenkins.
Yeah,
he's a pure nose tackle, so he'll be on the field for the first 2 downs if he is needed to be, and then he'll get off the field for pass rushing.
Yeah. All right, that's about it we got on the Bears. I mean, like we said in the last episode, not really too much happening here.
Nah, Chicago sports is kind of in a cool moment.
Yeah. Now let's talk a little bit about the dreadful dreadful Chicago Bulls.
And let's hope they just keep getting more dreadful
Just
and
keep
dreadful.
losing. Yeah, so currently 32 and 37, 2 games back at the 8 seed in the Eastern Conference. Dwayne Wade, done for the year. He's got an elbow injury. Dwayne, why do you wear an elbow sleeve? I saw that on Twitter. I thought it was pretty funny. I guess you don't think it's funny.
I don't. Because you know what I started thinking about is that the Bulls, I think, owe him $24 million in options.
Sure do.
And you know what? I don't
He
think.
ain't opting out.
You know, the only way he opts out is if LeBron's like, hey,
Come win a title.
come win a title in Cleveland. But I just got really sad thinking about $24 million in options for
What a bad contract that is. Jeez.
What a bad team. What a bad coach.
Horribly run. They should.
Bad
I still
ownership.
haven't gotten a call, an email, a text.
Nothing from.
A mailed letter. From,
Nothing from Jerry Reinsdorf?
No.
Well, maybe that's because you shit on the White Sox so much.
Well, listen, Jerry, leave that leave that over there in the baseball side. Basketball, I can help you. Shit, baseball, I can help you. But I guess we'll leave that where it's at. But I mean, come on, man. I'm right here. I'm asking. I only want like $800,000 a year. That's all I'm asking. Pretty low to start in professional sports. And I want a car. And a spot for Corey.
All right. Yeah, hey, more memes.
Memes.
But yeah, back to the topic.
Yeah.
The Dwayne Wade contract was terrible in the first place. He was more... If anything, he's to get more fans into the stadium because everybody wants to see the Chicago guy, you know.
Yeah.
The Dwayne Wade signing was
He's
about...
a jersey seller.
The Dwayne Wade signing was about 8 years too late for when that needed to happen. They have... You have on here no hustle, no heart.
This is the thing that bugs me the most.
I don't know if you saw, they got blown out in one of their recent games. I can't remember who because they've been losing a lot.
Yeah.
And then Taj Gibson, the newly traded Taj Gibson, tweets after the game, you know, SMH shaking my head because they're awful.
You talking about to the Celtics when they lost by 20?
Sure. Yeah, that does sound about right. They're not a good basketball team. They just aren't.
We've been saying this for months. This thing in professional sports bugs the crap out of me. When you're a professional athlete, rare in and of itself, I don't care if you're player 1 off the bench, you're the star, you're the 12th man on the team, it is rare to get to a professional level. Playing a sport that you should love playing. To show no hustle, no heart, play like you don't care is annoying. No one's going to want to watch you. No one's going to want to go to your games.
But
no one's going to want to support you.
What did people expect? I mean, Dwayne Wade's here to cash a paycheck.
I understand. But if I'm on that team, you have to realize how lucky you are. You know, if you're like a Paul Zipser or somebody, like you have to realize, man, I'm in the NBA. I should go out there and play my heart out.
And you know what? You can say what you want about the Tom Thibodeau era and the roster talent there. You would never have seen this under the Tom Thibodeau era.
No.
He would put his fist through your face.
One of the reasons I love Thibodeau.
Yeah. Tom Thibodeau is an amazing coach, and he's going to do great things for the Timberwolves, I feel. It's just... They're a horribly talented roster. Jimmy Butler is the best player on this roster, and Jimmy Butler is not a one on a championship team. They have a horrible coach. They went from a top 5 coach to a bottom 5 coach. Their front office I used to be a fan of because they took Jimmy Butler at the end of the first round. You got quality picks like Taj Gibson, and you locked into Derrick Rose and things like that. But they wasted 5 draft picks on Doug McDermott, who they just traded.
Yeah. It's bad. I mean, they're poorly run. They're poorly coached. Their owner seems to be non-existent.
I mean, their first round pick, Denzel Valentine, this year, spent most of his time in the D-League.
Yeah.
That's not what you want. That's not how you scout talent. And what team is going to want to play for the Bulls right now?
Yeah.
What team's going to want to... Or, I'm sorry, what team?
Free agent?
Yeah, what free agent is going to... Ooh, my goodness, I can't talk. What free agent is going to want to play for the Bulls right now? You've got so much just unrest
Chicago
in the front
should
office.
have a good basketball team. And if you get to a point like this, you have to realize it and go, okay, we need to fix something. We need to get these guys out of here, and we need to start rebuilding. Because we want to be a prominent force in the league, period.
I don't care if you suck for 5 years getting top picks in the draft and seeing how it works out. I'm a White Sox fan going through a rebuild right now, and I'm thrilled.
Have a direction.
Oh, my
That's
goodness.
all I can
Please
tell you.
pick one.
Have a direction.
Because trying to get the 8th seed every year isn't going to do shit for you.
No. And it does nothing for the fans. And it
No.
just irks the crap out of me.
I haven't watched a Bulls game since the first week of the season.
I dabble in and out.
I can't.
I have to follow. I just it feels weird not to follow something, that I.
I mean, I follow like Casey Johnson on Twitter, the Bulls guys on Twitter.
Friedel, yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't like Friedel.
Nick Friedel.
No, I'm done.
The Bulls beat reporter.
Nick Friedel's an ass because he said the White Sox shouldn't be on TV. So he's a douchebag.
They're holding a grudge.
Oh, I hate Nick Friedel.
The only thing I have against Friedel is like the Cubs were in the playoffs and they were asking him, so Nick, when are the Bulls playing? And he's like, I don't know. It's like, what do you mean you don't? It's your only job is to know that. Like, come on.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know. I was like, what? Yeah, but other than that, he's an okay dude.
No. But yeah, the Bulls need to pick a direction, and they're not doing it. And as long as they keep trying to be the 8th seed, I picked them to be the 4th or the 5th seed. I was wrong.
I did not.
Yeah, you picked them to be what, 8?
8, 7, 8, or out. Like I was like, they're not a good team.
Yeah, so they're really not.
Yeah, so that's basketball in Chicago. Not great.
It's shit.
Let's move on. MLB, we are 2 weeks away from the greatest moment to ever grace Wrigley Field.
15 days.
15 days, the ring ceremony. April 2nd, Sunday Night Baseball, opening day. It's going to be a great time. I got a lot of excitement, I know you have excitement on the rebuild. You want to see these prospects play. You want to see what else they can do. Trade Q, trade Frazier, trade Robertson, all that. I got excitement because the Cubs are in pretty good shape to make another deep postseason run.
Oh, yeah.
And that's going to be an exciting 162 games. I'm curious to see what moves they'll make throughout the year, what's going to happen. Hopefully they stay pretty healthy, nothing too major. But, yeah, I mean, God, baseball. Baseball is
great because it gives you something to watch every day.
Every single day. Single day.
Now, the only thing that pisses me off about baseball and the season starting is you get so hyped up for opening day and you watch the first game, then the next day they have off.
Yeah.
You know how that works in baseball? It upsets me greatly because why do you need a day off?
You got to ease them back into it. Come on now.
It's baseball.
Come on now.
Baseball's not the most taxing on your body 1 week in.
I'll tell them, I'm sitting here as a retired baseball player, so come on now.
Yeah.
The old arm couldn't handle it anymore, so don't tell me it's not taxing.
I'm a football player with concussions and bad knees, so I think we're in a different...
I just frankly don't believe that at all. I just can't see that happening. No way.
Move on.
All right, I'll move on. Yeah, but let's talk about some current baseball. The World Baseball Classic is still going on. We talked about it a little bit in one of our recent episodes here, but USA and Dominican Republic moved out of their pool into the second round, and the second round is currently going on this weekend. USA, they beat Venezuela. They beat Felix. Venezuela's got a sneaky good team. Ender Inciarte, Carlos Gonzalez, Felix Hernandez. Pretty good lineup they had. They had a couple other major leaguers on that team. But USA snuck out a win against them, thank God.
All of Latin America, that area down there, they have a ton of good baseball teams. They've got a ton of good talent coming out of there. I think Israel just beat Cuba, though.
Israel blew out Cuba.
If I'm not mistaken.
I believe it was 14-0.
Yeah, so that was a little interesting to see.
Yeah.
But, yeah, continue with what you were talking about.
Yeah, so they're in the pool in the second round here with the Venezuela. Obviously, we said they beat them. Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico, who have not lost. I mean, that infield is Baez, Lindor, and Correa. Someone told me, well, they don't need Correa. Well, they're just going to play him at third base. They'll be perfectly fine with that. Trust me. So they lost to Puerto Rico. Javi Baez had 3 steals in that game. Weird game. He never had more than 1 steal in the game.
Because Buster Posey was kind of ass behind the
plate. Chill.
Was kind of ass behind the plate.
Buster's got a few bombs.
But he was ass behind the plate.
Yeah, you're right. So tonight, basically, this is how it's going to go. Win, and you're into the semifinals at Dodger Stadium starting on Monday. I think they start on Monday, but if the USA wins, they'll play Tuesday. And if they beat the Dominican Republic tonight, who's pitching? It's Irvin Santana for the Dominican Republic. I know that. I do not know.
Let me look it up while you're talking.
I feel like it's somebody who's not great, but Irvin Santana, who, shout out Irvin Santana, verified account, follows me on Twitter. I don't know. One day I get a notification, Irvin Santana is now following you. I was like, okay, that's cool. He's pitching for the Dominican Republic in a rematch. We saw the USA blow a 5-run lead to the Dominican Republic in the last game.
It is, I believe I just saw it, Danny Duffy versus Irvin Santana.
That's it, yeah. So Danny Duffy of the Kansas City Royals on the mound. Yikes. I'd prefer to have Stroman on the hill, but
Stroman got wrecked.
He got lit up a little bit against Puerto Rico.
R-E-K-T, wrecked.
Come on, this is a 6 Stroman jersey.
Okay, I don't care if
he'll bounce back. All right, he's an ace. He's dominant. HDMH coming back from that ACL. He's a tank.
No.
You're never gonna convince me otherwise. I'm sorry.
I have facts. You have Mike Stud and your fake rap to
fake. How do you fake rap?
It's garbage music.
No, it's not true.
Anywho.
Yeah, so Danny Duffy, Urban Santana should be a hitter's battle then. I don't think it'll be a pitcher's duel, that's for sure. So hopefully the USA can pull it out, advance to the semifinals, and make some magic happen with Chris Archer on the mound. They would play Japan.
Yeah.
So Japan's pretty good. I don't know if they have lost. I don't think they have lost in this tournament yet.
That I'm not sure of. Japan is consistently a good baseball
Crazy
team.
good.
You know, their reputation is a fundamentally sound team.
Yes.
And they don't disappoint.
They're good in the Little League World Series, and they're good in the World Baseball Classic.
They just turn out the players.
That correlates somehow,
I'm sure.
So World Baseball Classic, and it's just fun to watch, man.
Oh yeah,
it's fun baseball to watch.
I never really got into the World Baseball Classic, but you know, I started watching Jose Quintana pitch for Colombia against the United States, and after that, I've been tuning in, and these fans, and they get really hyped up for this.
This is more than just teams playing games. This is countries pride on the line. Absolutely, 100%. All right, that's really all we got. I mean, not much to be honest, but we're cranking it out nonetheless here. We thank you guys so much for watching, listening, whatever it may be on YouTube. And don't forget, we are on iTunes as well. Just search M.O.M.S Basement in the podcast tab. Yeah. You got anything else, Corey?
No, I'm good. These are really short podcasts, but there's just not much going on at the moment, guys.
No, not much. So, yeah, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to our channel. It really helps us grow. We appreciate the support, even if it is minimal sometimes.
We had 150 likes or views on a video yesterday, so
yeah, that's a pretty good day right there. I don't know what's happening there. Sick. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys next time.
Peace.
Pulled up, dropped the root like a mistake. Order up a bottle, make it 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, we won a ball, don't make me make a mistake. Standing on this couch, got me feeling like I'm 6'8". I'm a bit late, we pregame to pregame. I think we did it right, half the squad got detained. Hat sitting crooked like Dontrell the D-Train. Buy you a drink, got me feeling like I'm T-Bone.